All
Awesome.
right. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Kate George. I am the Assistant Director of Career Services as well as Career Coach for STEM and Healthcare. Thank you all for joining us today for this exciting session to learn how Career Services is leveraging advancements in AI technology through the SkillsFirst platform to help students and our alumni really elevate their job readiness. It's my pleasure to introduce Dave, the CEO and founder of SkillsFirst. Here at Career Services, we've been proud to make SkillsFirst available to our students for years now to really help our students and alumni create these standout resumes and cover letters. And we've asked Dave to speak with us today to really showcase their product and how their AI-driven tools are not only responding to shifts in the job market, but really leading the way. So if there's any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and I'll interrupt Dave to get them answered. Otherwise, you could hang on to questions at the end if you'd like as well. But other than that, I'll pass the mic over to Dave. So Dave, take it away.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. And thanks, everyone, for joining our brief flyover today of the SkillsFirst platform. As Catherine said, I'm Dave. I'm the CEO and founder of SkillsFirst. You may or may not be familiar with our platform. It's actually the next generation of a software solution we launched back in 2005, where we first started to provide career tools to higher ed. It was called Optimal Resume. And then with the advent of, skills-based hiring and artificial intelligence and a lot of other kind of technical reasons, we launched this new platform a couple of years ago to offer kind of a holistic set of tools, of which, I think SUNY Oswego, you folks have, I think, 3 of the core tools: a resume builder, a cover letter builder, and interview practice. We've got some others that we could talk about later, but one of the main differences between our first platform and this is obviously the integration of artificial intelligence, as well as a lot of new kind of styles and templates and things of that nature. So right now, I should be sharing kind of what I put a fast agenda just to cover kind of the main points. Is everybody seeing that, just to confirm the outline? Okay. Yeah, so one of the things I want to say first is that, you've got these set of tools for students, and really we want to make job search and job applications easy, but also to give them insights, right? So what we basically do is in our platform is use OpenAI's APIs. We're using their latest APIs, which is 4.0 right now, to basically engineer prompts on the back end of the system that can look at kind of redacted resume data or cover letter data. And we built these kind of libraries of AI tools that each organization can choose to launch, right? So I know if I just kind of jump over to give you a visual here, 1 second here, that SUNY right now, you folks have, I think, just as an example, these are some of the kind of AI tools that are available kind of within our resume tool that give kind of personalized feedback to each student. And so this is one of over a couple hundred different pre-built tools, or these are 7 of the library, but each organization can tailor kind of which tools they want to launch in their toolbox, as well as who can see them. So just for the idea of reviewing content, right? If you're a faculty member or if you're a career services professional, if you wanted to kind of use our platform for reviews, we could very well launch a different set of AI tools for reviewers. So that's what you have now. Students have access to these 7 in the resume builder. You have some in the letter builder. You have some different ones in the interview tool. But it's all flexible from our perspective. And everything is content-focused feedback, right? So we're basically using text analysis, right? So we have text from a resume or text from a cover letter, or with interview practice, we'll actually extract a transcript from a video or audio file. So we have a blurb, and then we can kind of run AI against it to do different types of analyses, like assess level of confidence or score an interview answer, that type of thing. So it's all content-focused feedback. And I'll show you the platform in a second. But our philosophy is that AI is a tool. We're going to give you insights, but the user stays in control of their documents. So you might run a scan and get, a list of kind of things to fix on your resume, or you might get, a skills gap analysis for your target job, pointing out where your skills are aligned or not aligned. From there, it's kind of your responsibility to use that information to kind of adapt your resume or your strategy. So we're not a super gamified system where you're chasing a number, and then when you hit that number, everything's great and we guarantee employment. We don't think of it that way. We think of AI as kind of a set of tools. We keep the human in the loop. use your critical thinking to evaluate, the insights and use which ones you want to use. And that goes for both students and reviewers or faculty. It's like it's a tool, and we want people thinking about how to use the insights provided by the AI. So yeah, just a couple things so it's a human-centered approach. I would say that, it's all GPT-4. A couple benefits is we use their APIs, so OpenAI can't use any end user data to train their models. And we also automatically redact personal information, name, phone, email address, that type of thing, from documents so that users can, use this with a level of safety that they would expect. And so when it gets into the actual tools, as I mentioned, you all have a kind of within the resume tool, 7 AI tools launch now. If you look at some of these lists, like there's large categories of AI kind of scans that you can run. Some are focused on content, some are focused on recommending pathways. You can look at the level to which someone appears to be kind of future ready, as an example, based on the content of their resume and what we know about the workplace evolving with AI. There's just a lot you can do now. So our tool goes beyond just simply like, scoring bullet points or looking at verbs. We're trying to get more into kind of a strategic solution to give people insights for career navigation. And so we partner with each college to kind of use the tools that they think will be most beneficial. And that's kind of it. That's kind of an overview of the tools, kind of our philosophy of AI. Again, we kind of put the university in control of which tools they want to surface. And, we have a large pre-built library and also have the ability to architect customized prompts if, the desire is there. So what I want to do now, just to show everybody the platform, if you haven't seen it, this is SUNY Oswego's portal, where everyone would sign in as a single interface. It's all role-based access, which basically means that students will be at the lowest level of access, and I'll just sign in as a demo student here, I hope. Ooh, let me catch that again. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Apologies for that. So it's all role-based access, and let me just plug this in. And I'm going to sign in as Emily here. Emily is just a demo student account, and this is kind of the dashboard where all users kind of sign in. We've got a global video that covers how to use all of the tools. So if you're new and you want to watch this, it's got chapters. It's about 30 minutes long. You can watch that. And all the cool, well, they're cool, but the core tools are here on the right. So creating a resume, creating a cover letter, taking a practice interview. We have tutorials, and we actually also integrate an interest assessment called the ONET Interest Profiler, which is a 60-question short assessment that students can take. So all your actions are here, and there's different ways to build a resume. There's also different ways to build a letter. You can upload, you can edit a sample, start from scratch. Or if you have a practice interview to take, you can come here and look at a list of interviews as an example, and then just take those interviews and use kind of video or audio or however you prefer to practice. You can take any of the interviews here. So just this list of interview is just a default list that we provide, but any college can customize its own practice interview questions, interviews, resume samples, letters. If that's something y'all are interested in doing, just send them over to us. We're happy to work with you how to build these for specific courses or for the Career Center. It's very easy to do. And so this is just kind of defaults that we have launched right now. And the dark area, is where a user kind of, stores their own personal content. Everything a user creates on our platform is private. So just as an example, you might come into SkillsFirst with a resume draft on your computer, something like this, that's pretty plain looking. If what you want to do is just kind of use some AI to get feedback on what you think is already a well-formatted, attractive document, you can just go ahead and do that here. And this is the list of AI tools that I mentioned. You can run any of these on an uploaded resume and get feedback on that document. Or as an option, you can choose to kind of edit this resume with the builder. So basically extract this content from this uploaded Word document into a brand new resume through parsing, right? And so we're going to redact your personal information from that resume, and then you can parse it, and we'll build a brand new resume with your resume data to help you basically start faster. Which is what I did. So I'm going to go, this demo account has 2 resumes. One is kind of an initial upload, and then the second is one I parsed with the tool. And this is what that looks like using one of our what we would call templates. That is a loaded word. When I say template on SkillsFirst in our dictionary, that means style, aesthetic. It has nothing to do with the level of flexibility of the tool, which, when people think of word templates, sometimes that's the place their mind goes. But this is essentially the same data, just in one of the templates or styles. And it's very easy to, in a single click, just change the appearance of your resume, which saves people a lot of pain, basically, in Word, kind of trying to move content around. And these are all ATS compatible, ATS friendly resume styles. So in a single click, you can change the layout to something else. And organizations manage these as well. So you can kind of enable or disable any templates here. If you kind of have a certain style or styles, it's very easy in a single click to just, change the look of your resume. When you're done, when students have fully optimized this, you can see I already ran some scans. So we can definitely jump and look at any of these reports, these insights. But when you're done and you feel ready, you can just download the Word doc or download the PDF version of the resume here. And editing is really simple on our system. So we've got a two-mode builder. You have preview and then you have edit. Edit is just a form where each section of the resume has a tab, and you just kind of click on the tab to edit that section. So work experience, for example, I've got 2 jobs, easy to add another job in a simple form. We have some AI tools here to help people kind of optimize their content while they're building. I just show you those real quick. So let's say the social media intern position that I imported. If you have some bullets, you can use AI to optimize. So optimizing is just going to give you alternatives. It's a text-based report again. It's just kind of some insights in a window. Revisions of the bullets that you already have, ideas for how you otherwise might have said that in a different way. You don't have to use these. You can run this as many times as you want by refreshing. It's just alternative variations of the current bullets. That's useful if you're looking for ideas. Again, you're going to choose which ones you want to add to your resume. We're not going to add anything for you here. Or examples. Maybe you have no bullets and you're looking for some new ideas, some new business metrics to put in there. You can, put in whatever prompt you want, whatever descriptive kind of input, and AI will give you kind of potential accomplishment statements that you can use. And students can use these as much as they want to get ideas. But again, this is just for ideas. You have to choose which ones, either copying these or checking the boxes. You can move them into the editor. But we're just kind of want to give people some insights about what, how to add content without actually doing it for them. So those are always there. Optimizing examples are in every resume section. You'll see those links and can use that to give you ideas for developing your content. When you're done too, this is where, you can get into, checking the resume for errors. You can do bullet point optimization, do any type of analyses that are ready. These are all kind of, there's no limit on the number of times a student can run these reports, right? You can download the reports, but it's basically, a textual report looking at the resume against certain criteria or comparing it perhaps to a job description. But, users kind of determine if they're going to leverage this on their resume or not. And so that's where kind of we have this very flexible kind of idea that, schools can choose the type of AI tools, students can run them, use the insights or not, but it's not prescriptive where we force you or compel you to take any of these ideas in particular. So yeah, some of these are pretty cool. I would say, especially when it comes to like job alignment, a big part of resume writing, as an example, is, once you know your target job description, how do you kind of ensure, where are you aligned? Where are your skills aligned for that position? Where are there gaps? And so this is one of the many reports that we have that just kind of points out skills alignments and skills gaps. And we have others like job fit scores where you can actually come up with a numerical, a percentage basically for the level of fit, so there's a lot of different ways you can go with this. But I think for students, nice to have this kind of served up because it helps you prepare for the interview. It helps you figure out like, where are my gaps? How am I going to address that? Am I have to take another course? Am I going to have to get involved in extracurriculars? Like, I think it's just useful to see these because it's probably going to come up in the interview if there's lots of gaps on the resume compared to the job. Yeah. So just, again, this is where the flexibility comes in that schools can tailor these and students just use these, as they see fit. This is a quick resume error check that looks at, 6 criteria. We have more involved ones than this that actually do qualitative scores like good, needs improvement, excellent. But this is kind of a quick check looking for big issues on the resume. And again, student can go back to edit mode, make any changes, come in and run this again. So it's just a tool that's going to run each time they scan. So no matter where you are, that's kind of a quick view of the resume builder. This is kind of again, a resume I uploaded and parsed in and then just use some AI. And when I'm done, I'm going to download this or, download the PDF and I'll be on my way here with a nice ATS compatible document. Wherever you're at on this profile, you can get back. I see I have 5 minutes left. I'll just jump to some of the other tools. So cover letter, very similar to resume by design. This is a tool like if you're going to be applying and you want to develop a cover letter, we've got matching templates for every resume template. So you can create a nice cohesive application. And then we have, also configurable AI here. So at the level of a letter, you might do a quick check or a job alignment review, storytelling analysis. Like again, we have libraries, schools choose which AI tools they want to use. But this is designed to work just the same as a resume. Simple edit, preview. In letters, there's only 3 tabs. It's your info, the recipient, and the letter body is. This is where most of the editing is. And so it's fairly straightforward for students. And so I won't spend a lot of time on that because it's so similar to resume, but it's the same design, same layout. It's just the AI tools that are launched are school specific and up to you all, basically. I'll jump quickly to a practice interview. So one thing I will say is we have AI scans that will actually predict interview questions for any job you're applying to with the resume that you have. And so you all don't actually have that enabled right now. It'd be very easy if we talk with Gary or the team there how to add that type of functionality. But so users can add their own questions on our platform. Like you don't always have to take a practice interview off the shelf. You can build your own practice interview by adding your own questions. Very simple. I did that here just for demo purposes. I just added a question about that was served up by AI, let's say, for example. So just know that as you don't always have to take kind of a default practice interview. Users can run AI, get their own list of questions, and then potentially build their own interviews, which is what I did here. I built a custom interview just by clicking Add Interview, put a question in it, and then you can take that interview. So students can build custom interviews, and then they just click Start Interview to start their own interview. So when you start an interview, basically, we create what's called an interview answers. And just very quickly, I have one. So high level, you have interviews, which are sets of questions. You have default questions, and then your answers. So an interview answers is kind of your responses to a set of questions. And so I have one interview answers here. You can do this as much as you want. It's a 1-question interview that I've answered, but just to show you. So the question I added was, how did your role as financial analyst at Longhorn Capital prepare you? Again, what we need to do, users can record these answers. I did a video recording and then extracted a text transcript from this video. So it's easy to do that. And then with any answer, you can kind of use AI to evaluate that transcript to look at things like level of confidence. You can it's the same general principle, but again, it's just personalized based on your specific response. And you've got a few nice tools here to help students just with, some feedback that might help them improve their performance. This one, notice things like, there was some unprofessional language in there that the AI is going to pick up because it's looking at the text of your response. So we're not using computer vision or eye movement tracking. We're specifically a content-focused AI-focused tool for improvement. And so students can rehearse and do this as much as they like. So I think that's kind of, I see I'm at the end of my time here, but I hope that was a decent overview for everybody. You've got a resume builder, letter builder, and interview practice system. And there's a lot more we can do just in terms of the AI that if you ever choose to use this for staff or career services, we have lots of different libraries of AI tools that can make, I think, giving feedback or coaching even easier and AI kind of augmented, basically, where you can kind of get some great ideas for a review or for job coaching and leverage those at your discretion as well. So I'll pause for questions. That's kind of the super fast flyover, but it's a lot to cover in 20 minutes.
Perfect. Yeah, so that was fantastic. Thank you so much, Dave. I really do appreciate it. I know we are at the end of our time, so I want to be aware of that. But for any of you folks that have questions, whether it's related to Skills First, how Career Services leverages it, or if you're interested in potentially wanting to incorporate, for example, a resume or a cover letter or interview assignment into your classes, and we can work with Career Services, we can help you to even consider how you might want to use this in your own class. There's a lot of potential there. And I know as far as a note to end on this, we had a session with SELT yesterday that brought in recruiters from some of these top industries. And I believe it was Mark LaBelle said from PwC said that students have to have two things, right? They have to have the knowledge on how to use AI, but also the experience to know that you have to put the human perspective, right? And that human element into it, which I think Skills First does a really great job balancing. So thank you so much, Dave, for joining us, for sharing the wealth of knowledge and this amazing tool for our students. And thank you all for joining us and opening your eyes to this amazing tool. And thank you to John and SELT for offering this fantastic SELT winter sessions. They're always amazing. I always look forward to it. So,
Catherine, I was just going to mention that I actually just incorporated Skills First into one of my courses. I'm going to be doing it in my internship as well. I just did it in our 397 practicum. So I added the link and I just added the assignment. So they're going to be coming to you, Catherine, for scheduled meetings. But they have to come with you with their resume, and then you can help them refine it. And they're using Skills First as a tool. So
I love that. Why don't you shoot me an email? Because I also, we built out a resume module in Brightspace that incorporates Skills First as well. So I can even help share with you that module and we could build it in, and it might make things even more streamlined. So let's talk. I think it's
okay. Great. Thank you. We got our next session. So thank you, everyone.
Thanks very much, everyone. Nice to meet you all. Bye.
Thank you.